Sorry, I have to rearrange all the pillows. That's what happens when you move. I feel like you need to come over here. Squidge. Ooh. We are so technically competent.
Did we see Don just posted his Penny Dreadful character? Do you mean the photograph?
The picture next to the car? Yeah, we saw that. It looks awesome. I will not watch the show, I don't think. I don't think I would enjoy it. But the character looks amazing. Now I feel bad because Lizzie had to go to bed and we haven't even gotten to her questions yet. But Lizzie wanted to know, how was the sunshine with us today? Did we avoid getting sunburned?
I did avoid getting sunburned because I only spent about 5 minutes outside today.
I didn't even spend 5 minutes outside. Quarantine.
Yeah.
It's so bad, but like there is just something really psychological about it. It's just like, no, but I cannot go outside. It's like, no, like even just going out the house to like take the recycling out and putting it in the bin, and I'm like, I can't step off this. It's like, oh god, we're all gonna be complete basket cases by the end of this.
Yes, I suspect we are. What's Penny Dreadful about? I have no idea what Penny Dreadful's about. I think it's a murder mystery kind of a thing.
I believe with a no.
Is it sort of ghosty?
I was gonna say with a sci-fi element, and I thought I don't think that's right. But yeah, maybe it's a ghosty level of sci-fi element. Maybe.
I know it's set in LA in some bygone era.
In back in the days, yes.
Yeah. And there's guns involved.
The other thing, Lizzie wanted to know, what's the first thing you're gonna eat when you get your taste of, or your sense of taste back?
Sense of taste back.
/ what's the first thing you ate if it already happened and sadly it hasn't yet happened?
It has not. I'm a little better, as in I'm now tasting like I've got some vague sense of like food groups, so I can sort of tell whether something's sweet or something's savoury. So my cupcake this evening, I could tell it was sweet. The fact that it was lemon flavoured or cake flavoured was sort of lost on me, but I could tell there was sugar content.
Ruth very kindly, because I was editing the podcast episode that we put out today, and so basically I wake up in the morning and I need to eat breakfast, and Ruth doesn't do that. I get really unhappy if I don't have breakfast within half an hour of waking up. So I had breakfast and then I went back and I was editing a podcast and I had some work that I needed to do, like actual paid work, and then I was trying to organise while I was trying to test the Skype connection thing for the dinner, the birthday dinner. It was just a little bit of a stressful morning, considering it was a day off. And I texted Ruth at like 2 o'clock saying, are you ever gonna eat food? Are you ever gonna come down and eat food? And if so, could you please cook some for me? And she very kindly did. And she cooked lovely, she made lovely soup. And she tried to make crackers with cheese on, put in the oven.
Toast some crackers and put some cheese on the top. I thought that would be nice, which it theoretically would have been, except I can't smell anything. So when they
charcoaled the hell out of them.
To catch, I had absolutely no idea. So that's been fun. But when I get my sense of taste back properly, I am pretty determined to make something. I'm going to bake something. And it's going to
Do you want to hang on for a second? I think we might be frozen again.
Are we frozen again?
Yeah, got another loop-de-loop going on.
Sabine just joined. So
oh, okay, okay.
I'm going to bake something. It's going to be something involving cinnamon.
Yeah, you talked about cinnamon buns? Cinnamon rolls?
Or cinnamon danishes, maybe. I'm going to bake something cinnamony, and it's going to be the best.
One of the first moments of Ruth actually believing that we probably did have coronavirus was when she stuck her entire face in a jar of cinnamon and could not smell it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where you imprinted on the...
Got nothing. I'm determined.
I must have cinnamon.
I also love cinnamon and baked things. And baking seems like the thing that I should really be doing with all of my free time. It seems like
the rest of the
an excellent time to do things involving dough that needs proving and knocking back. Because I've got literally all day. I
think 90%
do it midweek.
Yeah.
Like, because there's nothing stopping me at work, stopping work for 10 minutes to go knock my dough back and then put it in for another proof, for instance. So it seems like the thing I should be doing is lots and lots of baking because I can't taste anything. So
90% of the world is making sourdough right now.
exactly.
And there was an article about how literally everyone's gone crazy for sourdough, and there's a yeast shortage.
Yeast shortage.
It's like that's never happened in like the world. I don't know what my hair is doing.
It's going
I'm just gonna leave it there.
Yeah. Well, we've got a large jar of yeast in our baking cupboard.
That's what you meant for my hair.
I mean, you can put it in your hair if you want. I'm not sure how it will do any good. But I'm not worried about not finding yeast because we have a large jar of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Penny Dreadful is pretty scary. But also in a kind of mafia way, maybe.
It
and
depends on the sort
I'm not a fan
scary.
of guns.
It depends. Yeah, it really depends on the sort of scary.
Oh,
and
thank
sort
you. I'm really enjoying Virtual Rabbit World from the farm.
of- Good.
We have many more virtual rabbits coming up. 4 days of rabbit fun. What does this do? Oh, no, that's okay.
We know you love scary cat. You can watch an episode for us.
Yeah, tell us.
And report back on what's scary and
What type of scary,
what
how
type
many
of scary?
guns, who gets eaten by a ghost.
how much blood, how much body horror, whether anybody gets stabbed in a really visceral way,
Whether Dom gets stabbed in a really visceral way. That'd be so sad.
shot in the brains or anything
Yeah.
like that. Whether there's jump
Oh,
scares.
like Bradley.
Jump scares I'm not great on. Like Bradley got shot in the brains. In iZombie. Yes.
I didn't like that.
No.
I was sad.
No.
Kirsten wanted to know. I don't know whether Kirsten's come back.
Did Kirsten come back? Is Kirsten here?
I don't actually know how to see how many people and whose people are
What's
here.
the smiley faces button?
Oh god, we're gonna break. No, I
no,
think
that's
that's
a
where we
filter.
do weird stuff to our faces.
Turn that
Okay, turns out that was not the right button. Anyway, I don't know whether
off. And now we're
Kirsten
dogs
is here.
forever. This one. Viewer, see.
Okay.
Anyway,
Kirsten wanted to know 3 people, real or fictional, to survive a desert island with. Be creative, which was a little bit of a terrifying added.
well, it depends how practical you're going to be, how actual pragmatic you're going to be.
Well, you want to survive.
Like, I'm escaping a desert island, right? And how much stuff do
No
they
one
get?
said escaping. We
True.
said surviving.
Okay.
You can live there.
But how much stuff do they get to bring with them? Like, for instance, right, if I pick Amelia Earhart, does she get to actually bring the plane with
If you
her?
pick Phil and Kirsty, are they going to have a selection of houses?
Right. Like,
Yeah.
If I pick Captain Flint,
Is
does
he
he
gonna
bring
put-
Does he bring the walrus with him?
No.
No.
But the
So-
skill.
To sail it.
To
sure,
sail it.
Okay, but he cannot necessarily build a boat from scratch.
No.
From
But there are
things
people
that-
who can.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the obvious answer would be Magnus Bane, wouldn't it?
I mean, yeah.
For instance, or
So-
any, you know,
As Matthew Daddario says, Warlock trumps all.
exactly.
Yeah.
Doctor Who would probably be a pretty good one if you're like sort of talking no magical powers. Doctor Who
Okay.
seems to magically get out of most scrapes, irregardless of whether he has his TARDIS accessible to him or not.
I don't know what Kat's asking, is it on Netflix? I'm assuming that's still Penny,
Penny
Dreadful, which is coming out on the 28th of April on, like, some American channel. CW or whatever.
Pick Billy Bones from the sales, the arms can build anything.
Fair point. No, because I was kind of thinking, I was more thinking about the living on the island. And, like, if I can pick 3 people, then, like, surely you want someone who can help with the survival stuff. But then, like, after that, you know, you want someone who's good at, like, entertaining and keeping everyone's spirits up and stuff like that.
So you're talking like
Dara Brian.
Bear Grylls and Eddie Izzard.
Yeah. Except I hate Bear Grylls, so not him,
Okay,
but
yeah, somebody of that ilk.
But yes, I hadn't quite thought about Magnus Bane.
It depends whether you want to be on the desert island for very long or not.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd do well on a desert island. I'm very, very pale, and I really, really don't do well in the heat.
You really burn. Maybe that's why Lizzie asked about the sunburn. Yeah. We both have fairly healthy looking skin in this light. It's a lie.
It's a lie.
We are both see-through. Right. Penny Dreadful is out on the 26th of April on Showtime. Thank you very much, Juniper.
Yeah, if magic's allowed, you pick Merlin. Yeah, well, yeah, fair.
Honestly, no, though.
I mean, not Merlin
cannot
specifically.
do the transportation thing.
But he
Magnus
does.
Bane invented the portal.
Yeah, no, but he does have the magic. Like, I think if Merlin had
He can make a little
nothing to
fire.
distract him, maybe he could be pressed upon to invent the portal.
Oh, I made a fire. Still one of the funniest Merlin jokes. Even without magic, I pick Merlin just because he'd be a laugh. I mean, yes.
Fair enough.
Did Harry Potter do the transportation thing?
And you can learn to teleport in, what's it called? In Harry Potter.
Yeah. No.
I'm sorry.
It's not allowed within Hogwarts.
No. Apparating.
Apparating. So I was trying to
That was
think
very
of this-
distressing.
yeah.
That's a bit of my brain that usually works better.
I think you've just been kicked out of Hufflepuff.
I Apparating, but you have to learn to do that, don't you? It's like driving a car. Yeah, disapparation, yeah. So I don't know whether they could, like... If you had a grown-up wizard...
Oh, yeah,
if you had,
post-Harry
like, Professor
Potter.
McGonagall or somebody with you...
Well, just Aura or
Aura Harry.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't actually pick Harry, would you?
No, I wouldn't pick Harry. I mean, why wouldn't you pick Hermione? She actually knows stuff.
Aspirate, yes. Yes, also aspirate.
Respirate.
Yeah.
Words. What are words? I don't know whether we've, like... Oh, Dara O'Brien. I want Dara O'Brien on my island. I love him.
I know you do.
I love him. I love him. And he's really into science.
But he doesn't actually know how to do the things.
No, but he could explain how to do the thing and I could do them because I'm very practical. This is kind of my problem. Whenever we speak about, the end of the world and the prior to this actual end of the world happening, there's conversations you have, what you do in a zombie apocalypse, what happens afterwards. And it's a bit where, when you think about humanity and how we're amazing, like we travelled to the moon, we've invented blah. It's like, well, I can't do any of that stuff.
No.
I don't know how space travel works. I barely understand how the phone works. But Dara O'Brien will be able to explain it to me, and I could
actually
then...
be the best person to do that, would he?
No.
Like Stephen Hawking, he knows about that stuff a lot better than Dara O'Brien does.
I think he might really struggle in the sand, though.
Fuck's sake.
Oh. Kat saw 15 minutes of Harry Potter film the other day. Which one? Which 15 minutes? We must know. I have one more pre-organised question. This was from Made a Pencil Dragon on Tumblr, and it's actually 5 things that make you happy.
Oh.
It's a nice one.
I'm trying just not to go for the really obvious, like the cat, chocolate. Those things seem a little bit
I don't know.
obvious.
My top 2 were you and the cat.
Aww, little puppy girl
I don't know.
with the boogeyman in the closet.
You said it. What does the eyebrow one do?
The eyebrow one.
Yeah, there's an eyebrow one.
Eyelashes.
The hell? That's weird. Let's not have eyelashes.
I think eyelashes don't work so well with the glasses either.
Okay. The boogeyman in the closet, I'm assuming it's when they learn how to do the Patronus spell with the boggart.
Maybe.
What other things make me happy? Baby goats make me happy.
Baby goats make everyone happy.
Baby goats are the best. Wow, we suck.
Yeah. Yeah, we do suck. Walking makes me happy. Nice fiddle breaks in good folk songs makes me happy. Custard makes me happy.
There you go. Folk, fiddle breaks, and custard. This is like fish fingers and custard. That's the dismissed version of fish finger and custard. Custard? Who's custard? Every time I think because we keep
makes you happy. Yeah, chocolate makes. Yeah.
We keep having the little wheel of doom, and I keep thinking, oh god, it's broken again, and then someone else joins, and it's like, clearly it's not broken. It must be fine.
Eamon is here. Hello.
Hi, Eamon. We talked about you earlier. You missed it.
We answered all of your questions about sandwiches and things.
We did talk about your sandwiches. Oh, me and Eamon had a very long conversation about melon this morning. You would have hated it.
I have no objection to you talking about melon, just don't make me eat melon. I don't like melon, it's like sweet cucumber and it makes me sad.
It's still the weirdest reason to not like a food.
It's just, I find it
Because it's like
distressing.
another food, but in a different flavour category. Weird.
Toasted ham and cheese, where's Michelle?
Yes, ham and cheese toasty.
Fish finger.
Ruth had a bizarre reasoning about whether the sandwich was served at home or at a picnic, whether it had to be portable.
On the go, egg mayonnaise. Do I like cucumber? Yes, I do like cucumber.
Yes. Cucumber's awesome. Oh, see? That's why I don't like cucumber. It's like melon but savoury.
Yeah.
It's like the reverse of your insane thing.
Yeah.
They're both awesome things.
Hello, Megan.
Hello. Both of those things are good and we shouldn't dismiss them just because they're slightly like other things. But not. Oh no, my hair's gone up there again. It's dramatic. Crash. I don't know why, like, honestly, I don't understand how anyone, is like, oh, I don't know, blah, and then people get angry about it. I don't know, I don't get it.
Literally no skin off my nose. You eat whatever you want. Don't like.
As long as you're not, like, being difficult about it, as long as you're not, like, running around slapping cucumbers out of other people's hands, you're okay. You don't have to like it. That would not be okay.
I get a little bit worried about the people who don't like any vegetables.
Yes.
Like, I get concerned for them.
Also, they, generally end up on one of those TV shows.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I don't know whether that was in this country or whether that's back in Switzerland. It's old, but this TV show about people who basically just only eat like 2 types of food. Like, they should be talking, 35-year-olds who only eat fish fingers and potato.
I just get sad for those people, though. It's like, you're missing... Should you stop slapping people's cucumbers? Yes, I would advise it.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if you've been doing it so far and getting away with it, keep slapping.
It's not very Hufflepuff of you, that's all I'm going to say.
True.
If you were a Merlin character, who would you be? Who would I be, as in who would I like to be, or who would I actually
Who are you
be?
actually? Those are very different. I would quite like to be Gwen.
Yeah.
Like, she's a thoroughly good person. She pretty much gets through the show without doing anything despicable. And then she rules the world.
True.
It's pretty good.
So Leon does pretty well out of stuff as well.
And honestly, I mean, he ends up ruling the world with Gwen, let's face it. I have a friend who lived off plain pasta and turkey dinosaurs for over a decade. That's terrifying.
Did they get scurvy?
Yeah. Did their teeth fall out?
You have got vexed about cooked fruit? You have. You do get vexed.
I do get vexed about cooked fruit, but not in a you're not allowed to eat it. I actually have very strong feelings about... What was that tart thing that I made? It's like I don't know, apple tart? Something that I insisted had to have ginger in it. Despite the fact that I've never eaten it in my life and I would never eat it, but I was cooking it because other people would like it.
What is a turkey dinosaur? A turkey dinosaur is like a chicken nugget made of turkey in a dinosaur shape. It is a staple of school dinners.
Of British school,
Yeah.
yes.
We used to have entire meals that consisted of peas, turkey dinosaurs, and potato smileys, which is compressed potato in the shape of a smiley face. She didn't get scurvy because she took vitamins, but I was very glad when she tried vegetables for the first time since the age of 7. Yeah, that's a relief. I'm very glad. It's just so sad. It's like
you say
food is awesome, right?
Food is awesome. Hang on. You say that she tried vegetables for the first time, but she didn't continue eating them. That's really
Good question. But like food is so awesome, and I can't bear the idea of turkey dinosaur.
Says you trying to touch peas.
Yeah.
Yeah, the potato smileys are much more common and I think like more global.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I totally get, people who don't like broccoli.
I mean, yeah, no, sure, everyone doesn't like things, but I just think people who are like limiting the amount of the sort of variety of food they eat, it's just very, very sad. If I could go anywhere in the world pre-pandemic, where would I go? Before the pandemic, I was feeling very like, I need to get out into the air, like warm. It was feeling a little bit like end of wintery, so...
We really wanted to go to Barcelona.
Yeah, we did.
For a while
we did
now.
Go to Barcelona. We were going to go to Barcelona.
See if they got any further on that church.
Yeah.
So we used to go to Spain with my family when I was little all the time, and the Sagrada Familia has been basically being built since I was born and will be built pretty much until I die.
That's pretty much the thing about the Sagrada Familia.
Yeah.
And I've
But
never
it's
been
just
to
nice
Barcelona.
to just every now and again check in on it.
I've never been to Barcelona, and I think it's a big one. I like city breaks. I'm a big fan of city breaks.
So yeah, once
Once
travel happens again. And I can say all of the important Spanish phrases.
But we had to cancel the trip to New York, which is sad. But
Hopefully
hopefully
it will happen at some point.
At some point.
She's getting there. Her diet is still limited, but nowhere near so much. That's good.
So dino chicken nuggets, but turkey. Yes.
Yeah.
Bye bye, Eamon. Thank you for coming.
Bye, Eamon. Love you. Yeah, Rome's a good one.
I've never been to Rome either. I've done a fair amount of, been to Verona and to Venice, but I've not done southern Italy at all. So I'd like to go to southern Italy. And I have to say, watching Medici, apropos our conversation, did very much make me want to go and have a look at Florence.
I have this... I don't know, I would really like to go to somewhere like Singapore or Hong Kong. But I almost feel like I'd only want to do that for 8 hours. And it's a really long flight to do that for 8 hours.
Yeah. Barcelona sounds nice. It does sound nice. It does. I hope we get there. What is our favourite historical time period?
Huh. I mean, the Renaissance was kind of astonishing.
I'm a little bit of a turn of the century person. I have a big thing for World War I literature. So obviously... It's
but you don't want to live in it, do you?
A miserable time period. Yeah, but fundamentally, when do you want to live? It's okay.
Post-penicillin.
Right,
penicillin,
exactly.
Yes.
But I find the art of that period and sort of social change of that period, especially in Western Europe, really, really fascinating. such an intense watershed moment for politics and art and society generally. So as far as like studying and interest in, then that would be my favourite. Never been to Italy at all. You should go. It's nice.
It is nice.
I would love to see the UK. We would love to see you in the UK.
The UK would love to see you.
The UK would love to see you. Don't come now, it's shit.
Yeah. But you can say that about every country.
Yeah. I'd love to go to Switzerland again. I haven't been since I was 14.
Where did you go when you were 14?
In Switzerland. It's hard to contemplate going back as a woman. As in time, yes. Very much so.
Oh, right, sorry, not Italy. It's like...
Yeah, no, I think Italy is okay. Yeah. What did we think about the Black Tower theory that Morgause did the same thing Morgana did to Gwen to Morgana?
Okay, that was the kind of mind brainwashing thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why Morgause would have had to.
I think it explains some of the abruptness of Morgana's storyline, but takes away quite a lot of her completely justified rage, frustration, disappointment with the world.
Well, and yeah, choices.
Yeah. So.
But also, I just think that, you know, the Morgana relationship it works so well because they have this instantaneous connection that certainly Morgana doesn't understand, that then grows into something.
Yeah.
And kind of negating all of that with brainwashing seems a little bit sad.
Yeah.
I never heard of that theory, but...
I've heard theories surrounding the idea that she wasn't in complete control of her choices.
And why Morgana went from the way she looked in season 2 to goth princess. Yeah.
Just as an observer, ancient Egypt would be kind of cool to check out.
That
Yes,
is true.
if you could just go for like 6 hours.
Again, just like Hong Kong.
And be a kind of like fly on the wall kind of
Tokyo.
thing. There would be loads of things that would be really cool to check out.
Yeah, ancient Egypt. Again, with the, oh my god, people were just... I mean, yeah, same with like ancient Greece.
Yeah, Athens.
Just, oh my god.
Athens, when, you know, that was the
human
place
race
where
at its best.
democracy was being born. That would, yeah, cool. But again, for like 6 hours fly on the wall style, rather than actually having to live there.
No, Italy would be lovely as a woman. It's okay. It was the back in time.
Yeah.
Have to run, but have a great night. Thank you. Have a good
Thank you for
night.
joining us.
Afternoon. Late afternoon.
Rest of a week time.
I'm very bad at time conversions.
Yeah.
I had to Google all of the time conversions I put on Instagram today.
Well done. Well googled.
What?
Cat said.
Oh, I don't know how to even pronounce that. Maloya? Which language was spoken in that? Which part of Switzerland was it? Linguistically.
I want to go back to the Romantic era and befriend Keats and also punch Wordsworth in the face. Fair. Fair.
Oh.
Tell Lord Byron he was born in the wrong time.
Is this... I mean, I kind of understand that, you know, why people don't like Wordsworth, but it seems a very English thing, you know, kind of school ruined everything.
No, he was a dick.
Okay. just straight up.
Yeah.
Back there. Cool.
Yeah. Objectionable human.
That's something worth watching. What was the Romantics?
Oh, Desperate Romantics
Yes.
with Aidan Turner and Sam Barnett.
If you can get hold of that, I've absolutely no idea where it lives these days, but if you can...
Yeah, it was a BBC miniseries like 10 years ago.
Yeah, thereabouts, but it was so good.
It was really, really good.
So good. Watch that. No space for legs.
Has anybody got any, like, oh, if Bradley James and Tom Hopper come on the podcast, what is one question you really want to ask? We've got lots of questions we'd like to ask, which is good, and we'll have to think of some more if we actually get the chance to ask any of them. But have you got one burning question?
I don't know, it makes it, I don't know, that's so, like, you have one chance.
Yeah.
I think just, like, I just want to talk about Arthur, really.
I'd like to know whether it came easy, whether Arthur came easily to him. Because I think one of the astonishing things about his performance is how much empathy he has for the character, how much like clear compassion he has for the man himself, and I would be interested in knowing whether that was something that he felt really organically and whether it was really easy or whether he had to work on finding things to like touch points within the character.
And I think with Tom Hopper, to be honest, I mean, yeah, no, as you've been saying, yeah. I mean, it's not just that, but it's literally what he said in the Instagram live when he was, you know, making fun of himself. But when he says, like, I don't think I've ever had a performance in Merlin. And I don't think that's true, but it's not like Percival was the
It wasn't a new
seminal role of his career.
No.
I'll be quite interested in talking about the Umbrella Academy, actually. It's like, I haven't actually finished watching it, and I didn't watch it, I was like, oh my god, this is the best show ever, but I think there's an awful lot of interesting aspects about how the show came about and what it is.
Yeah.
And I would find that really fascinating to talk about.
I think there's also something interesting with both of them. Like, Merlin was so kind of massive at the time of airing, as to, like, how impactful has it been on their lives? You know, it's like, how often are they still asked about Merlin rather than anything else? That, you know, they've both done lots of stuff since.
Yeah.
Do they still mostly get noticed for
Merlin?
Is that still something like that's very present in their consciousness? You know,
I think Tom Hopper, to be fair, is going to get mostly noticed for his GQ. Yeah. GQ is the other one. That's what I was trying to remember earlier. It's like GQ, but
yeah. But
there we go.
Particularly Tom Hopper, because at least, you know, Bradley James was king of for 5 seasons. You know, it's like it was sort of fair.
You ruled the country.
Sort of fair for that to be the thing that people were still like remembering him and noticing him for. But I'd be interested in what Tom's experience of like the impact of his role in Merlin on his life.
Yeah.
Especially because like Black Sails was not big.
No, absolutely. Like, I was literally going to say that. He was
in all 4 seasons of that, like, predominantly, and it was amazing. If I haven't said that in a while, we're all shut in with nowhere to go.
Is Rachel still here? She left. You're only allowed to say she's left.
I told Rachel. Rachel knows. But everybody else, go and watch Black Sails immediately. Tom Hopper is in it, and he is amazing.
But yeah, I would say he's like one of the 6 main characters, I'd say.
Yeah, it's like he's a major, and I'd be unsurprised if he still got recognised more for being in.
I think post Umbrella Academy, I think that's made a difference, just because you know, Umbrella Academy wasn't massive, but it was cult.
Julep was wondering if he gets asked most about Game of Thrones and anything. Also entirely possible.
It was like in 2 episodes and then he died? Yeah.
I'm not sure most people will actually recognise him from Game of Thrones.
Or will have known who he was when he was in Game of Thrones.
Him,
because like I barely remember. It was like him and his dad, wasn't it? Like the characters, not Tom Hopper's dad, not Mr. Hopper.
He played Sam Tarly's brother.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they died. Yeah.
Set on fire by the dragons? Yes.
I feel like I need to watch Black Sails now. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You will not regret it.
Tom Hopper's fun.
Tom Hopper is fun.
For a bit.
He's a cinnamon roll. For a long time. Here he was, what's his face? Dickon Tarly.
He was what's his face. Good.
Yeah.
To be honest, if you meet most people on television are what's his face.
What's Black Sails like tonally, because it takes a lot nowadays to make me sit down and concentrate on a TV show instead of doing literally anything else. I mean, I don't know what you like.
Other than Merlin.
Other than Merlin. It's not like Merlin, totally.
No.
It's quite it's not without a sense of humour. There's a lot of funny stuff, and there's a lot of kind of like lighter bits, but it is quite serious business drama-y. It's quite dark. It's not particularly violent or particularly like visually graphic.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the first thing that I think about when I think of Black Sails is like it's character heavy.
Yeah. It's really thoughtful. It's the most. I keep describing it like this. I'm still not sure whether it makes any sense, but it is the most authored TV show I have ever seen. Like, it is 4 seasons. That is one story told over 38 episodes. 38 episodes, or is it no? 3 seasons.
Night.
No.
Sorry, but Dragon's going to bed.
Bye bye. 3 seasons of 8, or 1 season of 10, or 3 seasons of 10 and 1 season of 8. I can't even remember which way. But, like, the story is told chapter by chapter like a book. It is so authored, it's so thoughtful. There's no break between seasons. You know, there's no point at which you feel like, well, that was book 1 and now I'm going to pick up book 2. You know,
yeah.
it's told so completely, and there are bits of character stuff that you learn about in season 1, episode 4 that are, like, pivotal to season 4, episode 5, that you don't need to remember, because I don't think it's a show where you struggle to keep up.
Oh yeah, and it doesn't do that thing of going, do you remember this one? Because it's really important.
Right.
Oh, did
It's
you pay
not, like,
attention?
it's not smug.
It's not
in
smug.
that way, but if you are paying attention, you just get so much more out of it, because the storytelling is so nuanced and so detailed. Like, it is. I'm not going to pretend that it's an easy watch, because it's not. Like, you do have to have a little bit of a, like, concentration brain on.
Yeah, but equally, like, I have absolutely no attention span whatsoever, and I really struggle with TV shows and boats as well. I don't know why, but I really struggle with things with boats, and I didn't have a problem watching it.
Yeah, I mean, like, it trots along. It's like, it's quite action packed. It's not like, it's quite a page turner, but it's not brain worky.
Yeah,
But I think it is, like, genuinely,
it's definitely worth it.
I think it's one of the best things that's ever been on television. I cannot, like, overstate how just stupendously good it is.
And all of the Tobys are very good, and so is the
like,
Tom.
All of the Tobys are very good. The Tom's very good. There's amazing female characters, which is awesome. There's such interesting stuff about empowerment and government oversight and freedom and liberation and slavery, and how much slavery is just, you know, also dealing with historical slavery, but how people are enslaved to convention and society, and how that all feeds into each other. It's just, I cannot go on enough about how brilliant it is. It
Reflects
is
Back Sails.
a freaking masterpiece. Barring the first 3 or 4 episodes, you do have to get through the beginning. It's not a little bit of a rocky start. Did I watch The Expanse? I have not seen The Expanse. Should I watch The Expanse? Is it good?
Doesn't The Expanse also cancelled, and then people try to save it? There's a large number of shows that I only know about because of Save the Show campaigns. And it's like, well, clearly it was sad and it got cancelled and everything was miserable.
I get... it does sound interesting. I struggle with stuff that's just interpersonal drama and romance. I just get bored and or anxious. It sounds legitimately interesting. It's definitely not just drama or romance. It's very action-packed. It's quite political. Like, if you like the kind of politicsy bits in something like Game of Thrones, then it's got a lot of that, which is really interesting. Oh, Amazon picked up The Expanse.
Actually, yes, no, I do remember that.
Good. Okay.
So it's safe.
I'm delighted to put it on the list. The list of things that I will, at some point, give a go. I'm just writing it down. That means it's actually going to happen.
This is the list. It's just a list from tonight.
The Expanse has the most interesting aliens I've ever seen. Lots of amazing characters. I assume their alien work is a little bit more nuanced than Roswell's, which is my most recent
Alien adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still in the Planet Thinky Thoughts episodes, but
Yeah.
I still can't believe on how much crack Roswell was at the end. It's like, what happened here?
I think it's delightful.
It's just
I
hilarious.
can completely understand why people were so upset at the time, but in, like, 20 years on, just watching it for fun, it's absolutely insanely delightful. It's such crack. It's fantastic.
There was no clue what the hell's going on. Right, I think we should probably think about going to bed.
Yeah. Does anybody have any like last minute burning questions before we turn off?
Dum dum dum.
Dum dum dum.
I'm gonna go get the cat. So the cat can say goodbye to the lovely people. Oh, cat's gonna hate me. Cat's a sleepy ball. I have returned with Kit. And the cat's attached to my jumper.
Right, pop it.
See, I fetched a cat and then you steal the cat.
It's because she was attached to your boob.
Yeah. Cat.
Mouse is here! No, she was on the sofa rather than the bathroom bowl.
She was in the blanket bowl.
What tattoos do you guys have if you'd like to share? I don't have any tattoos.
I have many. I'm not sure that's a quick last minute question, but so I have a. Oh, no, that's the right way around. I don't know whether that's mirrored, isn't it?
It is mirrored.
Yes, I've got a Peter Pan quote on my wrist in my handwriting. Today will be an awfully big adventure. And then I have the star with the treble clef and a quote from a Dirty Pretty Things song, which was written by the bassist of Dirty Pretty Things, the handwriting. I've got the hexagons with a little ghost from a Glee fanfic, which is one of the best things that I think has ever been created in fandom.
Yep.
With Ruth's handwriting, saying maybe you're kind to cats, who knows. I have a shamrock with a tiny star, because I was a massive Norman Reedus fan, and he has the little star. Norman Reedus, who for a very long time no one knew who the hell he is, and now he's in Walking Dead and he's massively famous. I showed him the dragons.
Yeah, okay.
For I cannot do that.
So she's got 2 dragons. That's Humphrey, this one. And this is Geraldine. And they go all the way around. And then Humphrey's tail is just here. Face Sticker says, also have the shamrock with the star tattoo.
Do you really? That's awesome. Shamrock friend.
Shamrock friends. Mine's for my grandma, that's so nice.
Aww. Yeah, I have loads more. I have a Shadowhunters tattoo. I have a 2-headed dog. Oh, I can't twist my arm. I'm just going to show you upside down. I have a 2-headed dog that says Love and Black Dogs, which was from a musician friend of ours who had a weekly club night around the time when me and Ruth moved out, and it was just a weekly club night that we attended literally every week, and we would see all of your family and a dog and everything, so I got that for that. And yeah, there's way more. I would have to take a lot of clothes off.
Kat says, you're a Norman Reedus fan, but you don't watch The Walking Dead.
I do not watch The Walking Dead. I didn't even realise. Suddenly, people were talking about Norman Reedus, and I was like, no one knows who he is. What are we doing? What happened? And then I realised it was in The Walking Dead, and he'd become massive, and it was really weird. I liked Norman Reedus from Boondock Saints. I love the dragons. They're the best.
Just joined now and saw Michelle showing off her tattoos out of context. I was very confused. She was asked.
I was asked, rather than just, here are my breasts.
Okay. Any last questions before we go?
You're very welcome, Jessica. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. You should watch Boondock Saints. I haven't seen Boondock Saints since I was 16,
That's
maybe?
not true, because you made me watch it when we were an elephant. Because I've seen Boondock Saints and I've never watched it by myself.
I was convinced you hadn't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Wow. Okay, so I haven't seen it in 10 years.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. Have a nice evening or afternoon or whatever part of the day you're in.
If there's anyone from Australia, very early morning. Yeah.
And yeah, we'll try and do another one of these soon. It's
Yes.
nice to keep in touch. Pet bunnies.
I will pet bunnies.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're glad to cheer you up, and sorry you've been having a rough time of it. Okay. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.